Welcome back, tribe. I have an episode here. I was ashamed of my mom's job. Now I am one. Hostess in Japan. Seems like a real authentic video. Let's get into it.
Hi, I'm Ellie and I'm turning 30 years old. And I've been working here in Japan as a hostess for almost 10 years now. I have 30 minutes, I guess, before I'm gonna have to go and have my hair fixed. I'm just gonna take you guys to a more personal space of mine. I'm very secretive. Not really secretive, but I'm not very open with what I do in my job online. I used to be very ashamed of my job. I don't want people to look at me as like that kind of person because there's like a lot of misconceptions with being a hostess. When I was in the Philippines, when I was a kid, I didn't know what my mother's job was. Like in grade school, we have these activities where you're supposed to write and draw your whole family and then write what their occupation is. So my dad, I think I wrote their billiard player because he was actually a billiard player. So I wrote that one down. And then he also has a restaurant. So I kind of wrote restaurant owner. Then when it came to my mom, like I had no idea what I should write down. So I asked my parents, we were in video chat, and then I asked her, "Hey, mom, what kind of work do you do?" A part of me already knows that she's a hostess, but I don't exactly know what kind of job she's doing. I was living with my grandma, and um, she doesn't really like tell me what the kind of job my mom does as well. So it was very foreign to me. And I think my mom being an adult that time, she's concerned about me getting bullied or getting teased on or getting looked down upon if ever they know that my mom's a hostess.
What?
I think that's like kind of like the start of it all, where being a hostess isn't really a good image to us outside Japan or even inside Japan, just because like we're very foreign to it. Usually in the Philippines, people call them like GROs or Japayuki. People think Japayuki means prostitutes in Japan, but
Ah,
that's not what it means. It means Japan, and Yuki means go. So go to Japan, overseas worker in Japan. Anyways, my mom just
okay.
told me, isulat mo na lang businesswoman. So that's what I wrote down, businesswoman. Well, thinking now, it kind of like makes sense because it is more of like a business interaction. I wasn't really sure if I should say that my mom's like a japayuki or not. Because from that time, I thought that, oh, is my mom like dating like other men? Is she cheating and then like getting money from that? I don't know. That's basically what
That's
um
crazy. What?
I thought when I was a kid. So I didn't really share to my friends what kind of job she's doing. But I remembered I had one teacher and she was my English teacher. And it really stuck in my mind when she said this about being like a GRO. Just to say GRO and Japayuki are two different things. I've heard people say GRO from Japan. So GRO basically means guest relations officer, a job where you have to welcome guests and, entertain them and stuff. But in
I gotta give it guest relations officer. I gotta read some of these comments. And the algorithm worked in your favor. When what you belittle today may become your bread tomorrow. Ooh, that was a fire quote. Let's see.
In the Philippines, there's like different levels on how people view GROs. So one is like entertainers, like girl entertainers at a bar. And then the level above that is girls that work at a bar and the men could actually take home back to their hotel. The last one is just like they see GROs as prostitutes. That's it. She said in the lines of like, I don't know why GROs are being disrespected because I think GROs have like the best hospitality. They welcome the guests and they give the best like service to you, like serving food, serving drinks, and having good conversations. What is wrong about that? I was really relieved that I get to hear that from one of the adults who are in my life that time. I don't really ask anyone else about it. That kind of like helped me to realize that, oh, it's not a bad job after all. But still I felt that it's definitely a job I don't want to do. I've spent most of my years in the Philippines, and when I turned 16, my parents asked me to come here and I had no choice because my family is here. I didn't really care about it. I'm always been an adventurous person. So I was really excited to be in Japan. At first, you'll be excited that you're in Japan, but you won't realize how hard it is unless you start like living here. I'm just saying it takes a lot to be a hostess, especially if you're a foreigner. I have no idea what kind of job I was gonna do because I was 16.
By the way, the whole parent thing, everybody wishes their parents are like doctors and engineers and have like nice prestigious jobs, but that's very few of us. I grew up having the same feelings. My dad was just a construction worker. Mom was stay at home and, had some friends. The richer ones were like their parents are like lawyers and stuff. And obviously you get to see the difference in income discrepancies. Like their houses are huge. Their cars are nice. The kid got bought a brand new car. His clothes are always new and you're always feeling less than. I think that's normal. That sounds normal everywhere. I don't know.
And I was more like a Delulu person. Through my years working here, I'm now a very realistic person. But that time I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to Japan and they're gonna send me to college. I'm gonna learn Japanese and I'm gonna be like an artist or something. I'm gonna get a cool college degree and like get a cool job and just be a boss bitch and all that. Didn't exactly go as I planned or imagined. Now I'm working like three part-time jobs. So I work as a tour guide, a hostess, and then a little bit of freelancing, like creating videos and stuff here and there. I'm gonna talk maybe my hostess jobs or what I've done, what kind of hostessing I've done so far in probably another video. And I don't know, I just want to get this all out. What is a hostess? Give me a simple explanation. Let's ask if GPT knows how to explain what a hostess is someone who works at a bar or a lounge, entertaining customers by talking, pouring drinks, and creating a fun, welcoming atmosphere. The
Mm.
focus is on good conversation and making customers feel special, like they're spending time with a friend they enjoy or someone they enjoy being around.
That's interesting because hostess in the United States is just the person that like greets you and then sits you down. And then, a server or bartender takes over from there. Hmm. Is that the same in Japan? I don't know.
So, like, the original meaning is very close to what hostesses do here in Japan. The main job is to talk with the guests, have fun, make the drinks and all that. People think that being a hostess is just like, drinking with old men, having fun, and,
Bottle girls?
you just drinking and then earning a lot of money with it. Through the years that I have been working as a hostess, I've had my shares of bad moments. I've had bad memories. I'm not saying that they're all bad. I've learned a lot being a hostess as well. Hostesses typically they work at club or kebakura, but I work as a kebakura hostess in Fukuoka. It's quite different, so I might like explain like what kind of hostesses are there. Being a hostess isn't really about romance or physical sexual work. I'm going to be honest with you. There will be guests who will think that it's okay to actually touch you or disrespect you or sexually harass you in a type of way. And I think that's another hard part of being a hostess. It takes a lot of mental strength. That's another thing. You can't just say fuck off, or you have to have the skills to avoid that type of situation.
So that's another red flag job. Just take for the guys listening in, like just listen to that, what you have to deal with day in and day out. And imagine your woman coming home having had to deal with that or being, what could you say? Proposed to with an offer that you can't turn down for a certain amount of funds and you're struggling, your girl's struggling. Yeah, she's got 3 part-time jobs and some dude just comes in there and says, I could change that all just for the night. Think about it.
Without like pissing the guests off. Some guests would be very mentally draining. I'm not saying that the customers are always bad because there's always like good customers. There would be um, girls who would approach them in a more flirty way. Because to be honest, clubs and kebekuras and the night industry in Japan is made that way. We use irokoi. Irokoi is like flirting with the guests. So some girls are flirting with the guest and having them think that they're interested in them
Of
to have them
course.
come over again. I just want to say that all hostesses have their way of entertaining their guests or having like repeated customers to come in. Each hostess has their own strength. Like if you're really pretty and I first personally, I think you should take that as an advantage. There isn't a right way doing this kind of job. So people think that you just only have to.
Yeah, but the best ones are smashing those dudes that are coming in. That's what the repeat clientele is. At least hostess in Japan, right? Because that's kind of expected there. That's a huge cultural difference than what a hostess does over here in the United States. Like, literally just greets you at the door, sits you down, and that's it. That's as much contact as you have with them. But it sounds like in Japan, they're expected to do a lot more. That's nuts. And the comment saying, I have a friend who's a hostess, and their job really never defined them for me. Okay, I mean, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, the comments are just mostly supportive. I mean, it's cool insight culturally, but that just gives you like extra information on who to date, what to watch out for, and the pressures that your girl might be facing if she's in that kind of lifestyle. I mean, that's nuts, dude. That's like bar girl territory, nightclub territory stuff. It's kind of nuts. Anyways, you want to see the rest of our video? Links on the description below. We'll see you guys on the next one. There's not much to say here other than the cultural differences are like an eye opener, dude. When you go overseas, guys, this is what I try to tell you. See if you like the culture first. Understand what it's like to be in a multicultural relationship. There are going to be butting heads. There's going to be things you don't understand. I mean, things you might not like that you're going to have to be okay with. And yeah, the minefield in and of itself. Take your time.